So we've got kind of a Abzan rock mid-range deck here for standard. Just pretty good interactive cards, Binding, Vanishing Verse, Meathook, and then a smattering of different threats and Wedding Announcement, Edgar, some Bankbusters. We have Dig Together to kind of fix our mana a little bit and search up key cards in the late game. And then we've got 4 Invoke Despair as kind of our headlining source of card advantage. So let's pop on into some matches with this and see how it feels in the current standard format. Immediately have a choice with our mana. I think I just wait to make the choice and I Bankbuster this turn. I think we just play the forest and delay the decision here for a second. X. Yeah, waiting on pathway choices seems to have a lot of value. We get to Vanishing Verse plus Bankbuster draw this turn.
The energy of battle. Then
This is a strong line. Oh, lands, chat. Lands. My favorite low variance game, Magic the Gathering. It's only high variance if you're unlucky, mood. Untapped land, one-time dealer.
Let your blade do the talking.
And chat, Are we gonna win this game? It's kind of feeling like we might win this game.
Violence is necessary to set things right. You deal with this annoyance.
Ah, ha, ha, ha. Staying alive, staying alive. We've got Ray of Enfeeblement. Doo-doo-doo. Hook, line, and sink 'em, chat. That's kind of impressive. Oh, probably Trib and Invoke Despair in this matchup. Probably don't need all three. Dahlia is a big part of what makes Ray of Enfeeblement so important to have in this matchup. Being able to remove her from the board while being tempo even is pretty important. And 4 mana and no plays. Unlucky.
I'm not overconfident. You're just understanding. May your blade strike true. Keep watch for intruders.
This is my 1-3. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
We've got the edge in this fight.
Sure, just gotta take Grenade off the table here too. Oh, Legion Angel is good shit. We're dead, fam. I guess we could peel a Meathook Massacre.
Remember your training.
And either draw Meathook or we don't, right? I can actually still Meathook for 3 if we draw it off of here. We also had Path of Peril in our deck that our first draw could have been. That's fine. I'd rather play that game. Opener was fine. Just didn't really draw any meaningful spells. You want to prioritize waiting to play your basics later in a matchup like this because of Archon. Okay, so with this play, I think we just Meathook for 1, because otherwise they're going to easily outsize my Meathooks. I hope they throw away the key, Andrew. Get him out of here. This looked so much worse than just any other removal spell. Paul Manafort is one of Trump's goons. I think Trump goon with a ton of deep Russian ties is redundant, Andrew. I basically just gotta try and survive so we can hit one of our sweepers. Hey, look, a Planeswalker shaped distraction. Here for 2 free life.
Without me, we're all doomed.
Okay, so I can march this one, and then we can ray this one. And we want to pay the extra so we gain an extra life here. Just gonna go ahead and lifelink for 2 here. I'm not dead yet. The problem here, Chad, is... Well, actually, I was going to say they're going to Wandering Emperor me if they don't do anything, but they actually can't Wandering Emperor right now, right? Because Thalia makes it 5.
Consider yourself fortunate, Moses alive. You deal with this annoyance.
With the second Sorin in hand, this is probably a downtick this Sorin, play another Sorin, just make a bunch of lifelinkers angle. Wow! What a sicko line! Well played, opponent. What a sicko line. That was slick. They phased out the creatures our life linkers were blocking and got us for Xaxes. Yeah. That was clutch. That was a close set. I could have played around that there, right? I could have blocked the Skyclave and their 3/2, and then I only go to 1 if they do that, and then I have a bunch of lifelinkers. Yeah, the opponent played that out really well. I should have had that Guardian line on my mind. If I make better blocks there, we likely win that. But the opponent was also pretty far behind and had to put us in a spot to mess up, and we did. I mean, the End-Step Guardian wasn't, like, calling the End-Step Guardian bait isn't really what it was. If anything, the End-Step Guardian was like a, hey, should be something that's on your mind. Because I walked through, like, it's funny, if they would have had a 5th mana up for Emperor, I actually wouldn't have blocked the Thalia and would have blocked the 3/2 to play around First Strike and the Emperor. Well, I guess the Emperor gets First Strike anyways though, right? Maybe that's not true. Let's get rid of this. Enrique. Okay. Like 1 untapped black next turn, please, deck. Fantasy's End, thanks for the 29 months, by the way. Welcome back. Afternoon.
Aren't I generous?
So they're gonna trade a spider for turning Edgar into a coffin? No, they're just going right to the 3/4, okay. Respect the race. Huh. So we hit the untapped black, but I actually think we're supposed to Path of Peril here, huh?
My power is for annihilation. At least there is blood on your hands.
can activate a Hive here to save their Henrique, but that's fine. Still lose 4 and we draw 2. Huh. What are lands anyways, chat? How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Are you enraptured? I will cull the weak.
This damage is planeswalkers, right? Sure does. Cute.
I don't really know what else you could have with hummus. There weren't any vegetables left. Chips and crackers.
Crackers are great. Nah, crackers are good.
Oh, you'll fall.
Is it crazy? I think I just want a Path of Peril and clear the spiders out. My life total's a little low. Yeah, the spiders had menace, so I couldn't just easily block them. Really just play this. I guess we're playing one of these. I think it's Vigilance too, right? It's gonna kill us pretty quick. Some crackers and hummus and vegetable chips. New Edgar in play is fine. The legend roll just leaves 1 as a tomb, which is nice. Hey, thanks to whoever just checked out the Dark Nemesis promo. Pick number 50. Be sure to DM me a screenshot of your level 10 character to claim your sub gift on the channel. You can do that on Twitch or Twitter. I'll take care of that at the end of my stream today. Appreciate it. The top goal where they stop giving me bonuses is something really high, but so I'm gonna let you in on the little psychology of running promos like this one here for the Dark Nemesis thing, chat. Someone is much more likely to take the time to do something to be the 49th or the 50th out of 50 as opposed to being the 50th out of 200 or 50th out of some big number. That's the actual top of the goal. So when you set up on-screen overlays like that to encourage people to do it, they are more incentivized to do it if they feel like they're making a meaningful contribution towards something, as opposed to dropping something in a bucket that doesn't really matter. I feel like I should chump block before they have me dead to a removal spell. Oh, I think that's fine for us. What are Greenlands, chat?
My children I will get what I want.
All right. I think we're just supposed to get March of Wretched Sorrow here and just kill the wolf.
You win this round, but I'll be waiting for you.
Not playing around mana type. Well, not only do we want to gain the extra life, dealing the extra damage to Loth there, but we also want to deal an extra one in case they could, like, kill one of their own creatures in response to give her a loyalty. So definitely want to X's 2 there. Just gonna trade these here because our tokens are gonna be bigger soon. Flippity floppity Edgar don't stoppity, something like that. Is it crazy to just Meathook for 4 here? I guess we could wait. I should have attacked with Edgar. I know there's value in putting Meathook into play. I want Edgar to flip back into making vampires, chat. Is the reason I'm clearing him out. I want Edgar to make me tokens. I think he's better off that way. You know what's really weird? My opponent has used 8 minutes and 10 seconds of their clock. Sorry, 9 minutes and 10 seconds. And I've only used 4 minutes and 45 seconds. But they have one more timeout stored up than I do. How does the timeout system work that they've used more of their clock, but they have more timeouts than me? Because I thought timeout stored up the faster you played, but that's very clearly not the case, right? Might be wrong, save so many enchantments. It's getting Meathook off the table is some value, though. Timeouts get added if you take a certain number of turns without a rope. Did I rope at one point? Did I have a rope? Maybe I had a rope as an early turn. I forget now. Maybe I did when we were talking. Oh, I roped when Christy brought the hummus plate at him. Yeah, that makes sense. The auto tapper got him. I was dead if the auto tapper didn't get him, right? They obviously wanted to use the treasure. Mana. So I can dig up and have 5 left over. That's not enough to do anything, right? Sweeper costs 6. So spot removal seem mediocre. Extra Planeswalker, Culling Ritual sounds good. I want these Path of Perils. I think I want the Outland Liberators to clean out some of their enchantments. Can't decide if I want this. This is actually pretty okay at killing Loath. I think we leave that. for putting a plains in my deck. We'll take this hit here. They do nothing else, we'll go land Binding. They play out something that doesn't get hit by Culling Ritual, we'll Vanishing Verse it, and then Binding. They play out another thing that dies to Culling Ritual, we'll just Culling Ritual. I guess if they do Stone Cold Nothing, I'll Vanishing Verse the Lumark, and then untap and Sorin, maybe? Maybe that's the line? Yeah, I think that's the line. If they just pass, we'll Verse and then Sorin.
Vengeance, bloody and righteous. Darkness I return. You can deal with my servant. I'm busy.
Why is Mind Rot so good? Asking the real questions. Attacking, see what they do. Something of note there, if our opponent would have Field of Rune Dust proactively, they actually would have kept us off of casting Invoke Despair. I have a third basic, but I don't have a third swamp. And Meathook screwing up Invoke Despair is so sad. This is where the magic happens. The old no green source till turn 12, game 1. All lands and the postboard game. Our mana base is gorgeous, that's true.
Envy the strong. A gift in exchange for loyalty.
Loyalty loaf. Have some loyalty counters. All right, opponent, I'm tapped out. Do your thing. I'm having the strangest sense of deja vu, chat. Strangest sense of deja vu. I'll do it again, I swear.
Subservience will be rewarded.
Subservience will be rewarded. Can we come back at this point? Yeah. I have 3 cards in my deck that draw me my entire graveyard, chat. Also, like, quite literally have card advantage sitting in play. Like, if we brick on interaction, this turn our life total is going to be kind of low. But, yeah, yikes. Okay. This is probably the needed a piece of action this turn line.
My children will take care of you.
Another thing worth noting here is there's a lot of folks in chat that are gonna comment on like, oh, we're flooded and we're unlucky because we're flooded. But like, I've drawn 29 cards this game, chat. Like this is something you really need to have perspective on. I am not flooded this game statistically. I've drawn an almost exactly average number of lands proportional to the number of cards that I've seen here. Like, so many people think that flood just means you drew a lot of lands. It's like, well, there's a lot more to it than that. You're emotionally flooded and that's what matters. Yeah, basically. Hey, thanks for the 55 months, Zentoth. Welcome back.
Minions are loyal.
It's not even having blood for filtering. People are terrible at thinking about... people don't think about probabilities intuitively. Probabilistic concepts are alien to most people, and they have a hard time grasping them when they glance at information. Does March save us here? We're taking... Do I have to march a creature? So this is 3 plus X because of Redain. So I can march for 7, 8, 9, technically. Our deck's like on 26 or 27 lands. There's literally a deck list on your screen, Super Saiyan Jones. Rather than asking me a question, expecting me to do the math for you, like, put a little bit of effort in. Don't forget the split lands, chat. There's at least one of those too, right? Or did you count that? I think we're on 26. Oh, we're at 27 with Hagra Mauling too. Yeah, 27. even more. Yeah, so.
My power is for annihilation.
So we're now at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 lands in 32 cards. Is that actually, like, exactly average? Is 14 lands and that many cards is, like, almost exactly average, right? Okay, and there's our card that lets us draw stuff out of our graveyard, but is it too little too late? So I need 6 to clean the board. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13. I have 14. So I get to, I need 6, so I get to spend 8 mana, so I get to draw 3 cards here. So Path, Invoke, March, I think. Or actually dead average. Okay, and then this gains us 4 from the Meathook in play. I'm not dead yet! I'm not dead yet! Ha. Staying alive. Staying alive. Do. No! Help! I'm under duress! I'm under duress, shit. Yeah, our deck's like a massive brain deck for sure. We get to feel smart while we die. We kill them with clock. Maybe if we win this game. It has been a long-ish game. Opponents used approximately twice as much time off their clock as I have.
We will slay our enemies.
I'm not gonna get to March for 13 here. This is a March for 10 now. March for 8. Oh wait, and that gives me a treasure token, so it's actually free. So I March for 10 still. I think I gotta do this now, right? Before they can untap and use her. Hey.
I'm sure you'll miss me.
Yeah, I was talking about the marches being a little awkward against mono white, but I could definitely see how they're sweet when you're going long and looping cards out of your bin. It's definitely a big part of what's allowed us to tread water this game. Oh, they could have killed us, right? Yeah, if they Vanishing Versed their Lulth, we'd have died, right? Get to the chopper! To the chopper!
Out of my way. I am the one to stop. You fight for me now.
Am I dead yet? Okay. Am I allowed to give up yet, chat? It's been a long match. Am I dead yet?
Nothing on innocent.
Oh yeah, that one's gotta be lethal, right? The sweet release of death, chat. The sweet release of death. The sweet 31-month resub. Thank you, Sutters. I really appreciate the support. Welcome back. We were dead there. They were gonna get to double level this and kill me with the vampire in the air. So we're 0-2 in matches, but my brain feels huge from playing them, so we're gonna play another. What's the point in playing Magic if our brain doesn't feel huge? Exactly. This deck would take you 18 rare wild cards to build. It's a wild card, Michael. What could it cost? $20? Alright, chat. Hook, line, and sink 'em. Anybody else feeling quite dead? Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Right on time, 4-mana spell. Welcome to the party. And again. Yikes. Well, decks do have curves, chip. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Oh, the sweepers. Binding's probably slow. Sorin's a little slow. So this seems fine. Yeah, I mean, the Meathook on turn 3 was correct. Just needed to draw a spell in the middle is basically it. Nah, I'm not a fan of Blade Historian. am in fact confirmed a coward. Grabbing a swamp here. I actually don't have a high resolution copy of the art, but I should get one. That's a good suggestion. Okay, I think at this point, I'm just gonna gain 3 and then Path of Peril next turn. Is high-ish resolution. Oh, turned out well. I guess we'll just do this tapped and pass, and then we'll march the etching, or we'll march that. Yeah, we'll march that. We can untap black here to be able to Ray of Enfeeblement. Get 2 draws. Noise, noise. All sad. Cut off my remaining card advantage here. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just gonna let this happen. I have plenty of mana. They probably won't attack with Skyclave now, but that's fine. You're feeling our lack of utility lands. Can you just, like, look at the deck list? We have almost double-digit utility lands. 2 or 3 spell lands, a couple of creature lands, a couple of channel lands, like... You know, we don't have quite as many as a 2-color deck would, but we have a lot. It would be sweet to draw a spell. This game we've had what? 11, 12 lands and 22 cards, batting a little above average there. Or 27 lands total. About 55% lands to spells. Yikes. Ah, they got me. Our opponent drew a land. It's like Christmas, chat. It's like Christmas. Cast Lava Axe. Good clean living right there, chat. Good clean living right there. They have Skyclave Apparition against me. I think that means I'd rather have Sorin than Reckoner Bankbuster, because them putting Sorin under Skyclave is really bad for them. Feeble this one, and then we can march, KO one of these into Sorin. Looking to fade Bleed Historian here. Wow, that's so unlucky. Rough. Oh, I guess I get to Bala Ged Ray of Enfeeblement to kill her. So it could be worse. But big sad I can't just Sorin this turn. Still need to fade Blade Historian. Firing up 10, sure. Okay, so we're taking 6 here, down to 7. Hey, look, a distraction.
My will, you will serve me well.
You will serve me well.
These wounds won't last.
We'll have a white land.
Blood for knowledge, a fair trade.
So I could invoke, clear out their 2 things they have in play already. Alternatively, I could do this, draw this, dig up a Plains, which is paid dividends I'm putting in our deck for sure today, and then pass. This leaves us dead to a couple of things, but I think it's the line. Den of the Bugbear is a little annoying. Kind of leaves us in the same spot as last turn now. Only we're 2 points of life lower. Yeah, they gotta send this the token in Sorin so I don't get another vampire. Okay. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, lizard on a chair, take my hand. We'll make it, I swear. Oh, dee 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 dee, boo doo 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 doo. Goodbye, friends.
Nothing on Innistrad is free.
I've made a point to intentionally say knockout or KO instead of kill because of Pokemon Unite vocabulary, yes. See, chat, my brain feels huge. I don't know if this deck that we're playing is necessarily good, but it's definitely makes my brain feel big.
You deal with this annoyance.
There's 7 mana available. I think we do this, pick up 2 cards. We'll grab Invoke Despair. Honestly, probably March, right? Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, we're up to 15. It's garbage time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. Do 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 do.
Dire tactics.
Well, I have abandoned Mire to pick the visionary backup, chat. We're gonna pick the visionary backup. Don't worry. Don't worry, chat. I know some of you are concerned about the potential value we could be missing. Your value shall be had. All of the cards shall belong to us. Welcome to the circus of value. It's casual 21, no big deal. And we get to pick 5 cards back up with this. Big seasons past energy, chat. As someone who played an unhealthy amount of seasons past when it was legal, yeah, you pick the land back up and 4 other cards, then you just get to sit there and do it again. Why would I stop playing this deck? My brain feels huge. Chat, I'm a simple man. I just play Magic to feel smart. feel smart because Magic is a skill game with 0 variance involved. So, what I am about to say should be intended as a personal attack towards many, and you know who you are. Many people play Magic to feel smart because the variance allows you to feel smart even when you're particularly not a lot of the time. Magic is one of the highest variance card games that exists, and a big part of its success over the years is due in large part to the fact that it's one of the highest variance games out there. Chat, I've played a lot of card games, a lot of different, everything from traditional games like poker and blackjack to, every digital CCG under the sun. And Magic is the highest variance of them all, and it's not particularly close. I think we just 1-for-1 the Path of Peril here. I can't decide if these dig ups are lands or spells. I think they're spells. I also think to say something positive about Magic, and this is another part of why Magic has been successful for so long, is that the most intellectual and interesting part of Magic, in my opinion, is the deck building aspect. And another reason why Magic has been so successful for so long is because Magic is a better deck building game than most other card games out there. The amount of deck building depth and decisions you make that go into your deck building are a lot higher than most other games. And part of that deck building depth is the resource system, right? Like think of how much time you've spent thinking about I think we just want a sweeper here. Think of how much time you've spent thinking about your mana bases in Magic. A lot, right? Especially in this current standard format. This current standard format, building mana bases is incredibly complicated and interesting. I'm just hooking these people. Am I getting a land before I hook them? I don't think so. I could just invoke Despair too. Maybe we just do that. We might have a tastier Meathook down the line. Let's do that. I'm gonna grab a land and then invoke Despair here, I think. Kill a creature, kill a ranger class, draw a card. Hey, thanks for the Brent Gandalf, appreciate it. Thanks for the follow, wild card, DPS, and debt knowledge. Can you pay me to play a bad Delver deck? Yeah, probably, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've touched the stove. Perhaps I have forgotten how hot the Delver stove is. What's your cooldown on bad Delver decks? Yeah, wedding announcements is a card for sure. Maybe this should have been Path of Peril when we searched that up. Am I just invoking Despair again here? I think I'm meat hooking. I think I'm meat hooking. Oh, I need to play around Snakeskin. Well, clearly should have done it for 5. Should have just done it for all of it. Played around Invoke too. Harsh, but fair. Honestly, this ends up working out for us since they didn't have another play, but I should have just put all my lands into it. Yep. For sure. Oh my gosh, it just tapped me off of white mana. That's fine. Didn't draw the land anyways. Hey, this works out fine for us. Could have been worse. Excuse me? Excuse Baleful Mastery? Excuse me? Hey, Risu, thanks for the 27 months. Welcome back. Am I just firing up Hive of the Eye Tyrant? I feel like I don't want to play this out into another removal spell. After they showed us, I don't have another white to play Wedding Announcement. Kick this and kill the troll. They have 2 forests yet. Baleful Mastery is like kind of okay in a vacuum. It's just like in a format with things like Vanishing Verse and Ray of Oblivion, it's like rightfully overlooked in most shells. It's not really being overlooked so much as it's just like, what? Excuse me, what? Ow! Nine mana. I could just Invoke Despair them? Is that good enough? Does that win me the game? I could also pick up 2 cards, one of which being Vanishing Verse, and Vanishing Verse their thing is a line. Might just be better to just invoke. Yeah, chat, but I could, like, get Invoke Despair and Vanishing Verse here. Yeah, that's true. That's a solid pickup. This card's really overperformed. Sorry, Worgy, I was counting. Gosh, they're so close to dead, chat. They're so close to dead. He had lethal, right? Explain. What's your lethal? Oh, I could have marched. Oh, this is any creature. We could have killed our own thing. Okay. We could have attacked them to 1 and marched our own creature. No, this is fine. My line's better. It means I draw cards. Double invoke is lethal, right? They take 2 and then they take 4. The chat ring feels huge. Culling Ritual and Path of Peril seem good here. Not a Ray matchup. Edgar's felt kind of slow and bad. So it might be a card that we cut from this deck in general. Definitely don't want it in this matchup, I don't think. We won the game by drawing cards. Yeah, see, exactly. You understand. Thanks for the follow, Weber. Welcome to the channel. I think this is good. I don't think this is an Outland Liberator matchup. For folks that are new to the channel, like Edgar, like Weber and Dabble, thanks for coming in. My name's Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. We do Magic the Gathering, Pokemon Unite, and some single-player story-driven stuff. We're currently playing through Assassin's Creed in the mornings, but usually we play a couple of Magic decks every late morning to early afternoon like this. Usually try and play 2 different formats every day: Alchemy, Standard, Historic Brawl. Do most of the constructed formats that Magic Arena has. Sand's so good with the white source, it's just not keepable without one. Sad. If you ever miss the live stream in a day and you want to catch up after the fact, 100% of the stuff that I stream ends up on my YouTube channel. Gets cut up deck by deck so you can easily find the segments that you care about to watch. Feel free to check that out. There's playlists on the front page for the different formats if you want just Standard or just Alchemy or just Historic. Oh, actually, do I have a Standard playlist on the front? We weren't playing Standard for a little bit. Alchemy, Historic. No, I should put... we've been doing Standard quite a bit. I should put that on the front page there. There is a Standard playlist, it's just not on the front page. I don't know about quality. It's actually pretty mediocre as far as YouTube channels go, but it gets the job done. It does as advertised, which is put all my streams up there. Happily take our 2 for 1. No need to be greedy here. Balance changes coming April 7th. Sick. And we'll know what the changes are next week. That's fantastic. Man, their patch cadence has been so good. I was legitimately not expecting the alchemy balance changes to be as regular or as consistent as they have been. That's pretty fantastic. It's not a necessarily easy thing to do. I feel like they've been nailing it. If second stakes can fail, I get kind of stuffed here. So naturally they do. Yikes. I guess I just should have Path of Peril. For waiting, I guess. I was looking at the article. All access alchemy sounds great. I'm not dead yet. All right, maybe now we're dead, chip. First class is a hell of a drug. I think I'm happy that we boarded. Just run it back. Need to hit an Invoke Despair earlier to keep our cards rolling. They had a couple of really good Rangers Guiles too, or whatever they're called, to get our life total low. It's a little speculative, needs a green source, but it's like pretty good if it finds one. I could be greedy and like pass and let that flip and then hit me, but then if they play something that Culling Ritual doesn't clean up, I feel pretty bad. They play out cards they cleared by Culling Ritual, that's good for us. If they do nothing, that's good for us because of Invoke Despair. Zika's Chariot, you say? I guess we just like do this, huh? This is 1 mana short of being able to go this into this. Okay. This is crew 4, because we're playing standard. En route to stabilization here, feels like. Could have a Ranger's Guile here. Gotta decide who they want to save. I think we just do this. I want to clear the chariot here so I keep my life total high. If they're like spending their whole turn doing the layer of the Hydra, that's pretty okay for us. This is well played on their part, using the crew as opposed to stacking with the Hydra directly. Next turn we'll get to Invoke. They're actually just fully tapped out now, right? They're out of resources except for this Hydra. Alright, so obviously we're digging up here. I think it's just for Vanishing Verse. Yeah. Pretty good one.
The entire forest is in army.
Yeah, I agree. Digging up for this card would have been greedy.
The heat has become unbearable.
I think I'm just playing a land out at this point. 7, 8, 9. Then if I draw untapped land next turn. It's garbage time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. Do 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 do. Then we have Invoke Despair plus Abandon Mire. Pick back up this. Just actually, every match of Magic we've played with this deck has been phenomenal. They're all just full of fantastic permutations every single turn. Oh, I fully expect them to nerf reading in the next balance patch. People, Magic players who are capable of reading have an incredibly unfair advantage over those who don't. Forest, no please. Okay. Just clean out the ranger class here. Doesn't look like we're gonna have much of a game here. Our deck is coming along, and they are stuck on 2. Ooh, and then there was a third. Okay. Ooh, red-green old growth, eh? It's a land or a spell. I think it's a land. Activating Visionary this turn, plus drawing a card. We're taking 4. This tramples, so there's no point in blocking. So 6 mana already? Thanks for the follows, Area Cat and Corvzum. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. Alright, this gives them... This game actually isn't over. They hit their 3rd land in just enough time here. And now these old growth trolls are ramping them. So they're at 5 mana, and they have 6 spells at least in their hand. So I have, speaking of, we have 7. This is my 8th land. I think we're just chilling. Yeah. Okay, I at least... No, I was gonna say this does hexproof, doesn't it? Why does it give hexproof and indestructible? I guess you gotta protect from exile removal. Okay, so we're taking 8 here. Oh wait, I can jump block. Alright, we're gonna dig up a Path of Peril here. Nice. Bye, friends. Top of our deck is hot, hot, hot shit. Look at that, everybody's at 21.
Consider yourself fortunate after life. I bring my own army.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. So this can currently bring back 4 cards from my bin.
My ways are not for the weak.
Pay 5 to draw? Sure. Why not? Yeah, Jess, it's not greatness at some cost. It's greatness at any cost. Hey, thanks to whoever just checked out the Dark Nemesis promo using my link. Be sure to DM me a screenshot of your account at level 10 and I'll hook you up with a sub gift after the stream is done. Appreciate it. That's why I keep hitting my land drops here. Alright, there was a brief window in the middle there where I think our opponent could have gotten out of this, but I believe that window is passed at this point. Is this garbage time? It is, yeah. So my Sorin's gonna die, but I'm also gonna, like, draw 8 cards, so... 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? 12 mana, so you have to draw 5 cards from the bin here. I mean, they're gonna make 2 4/4s. That don't particularly matter. I'm gonna refill my hand. I'm gonna, like, quad Demonic Tutor here. Dead. You got him. You've won the battle, however you are losing the war of it.
Wallow in darkness, then.
Wallow in darkness. Invoke Despair. Invoke Despair. Vanishing Verse. March. Vanishing Verse? That's the good stuff right there, chat. It's actually pretty unlucky. We're gonna have to discard the hand size here. Maybe there's something I could have done to play around that, but of course you have to try and slog through now. Oh, we should have cast our 1/3. Yeah, good call. Missed the line. I had to spend all 8 black casting 2 Invoke Despairs 2 modes. I didn't have a 9th. Was short the 9th black mana. So Culling Ritual and Path of Peril in. 2 Edgars and a Sorin out. Maybe Edgar is okay here. He's a 4-4, I guess. A 4-4 that pumps out blockers might be fine in this matchup. Ink, this is what we keep. I'm gonna lead on Treeline so we can go Bankbuster on 2, draw with Bankbuster, Bloodthirst on 3. Means they get an attack in with their 2-drop, but it's extra bad that they get an attack with that one. But I kind of need to like make up for the fact that I mulligan to 5 here a little bit. Getting this going has a lot of value. Start is very good. Vanishing Verse is pretty awkward against their archetype. Yeah, we'll back in at that one. Yeah, maybe I am supposed to have Edgar. It's probably better on the play too. They don't need all the visionaries here. Man, that mana base, though. Black is the most common color in our mana base, so I think I'm going to keep this and hope to spike 1. We also have green mana, so like Dig Up is also a live draw. Okay, that's at least a castable spell. If they play a threat here and we brick the land. Nice. Alright, let's see if Edgar can make moves here. A spot like this should be a place he's good in. So, notably, this still has CMC 4 and this still has CMC 3. I'm gonna go ahead 1-for-1 this year, not be greedy, just keep my life total high. Invoke Despair off the top. Rats. think I'm just supposed to do this. I could also just get the wedding announcement going though. That's close. I have Path of Peril to clean up this token if it gets out of hand. Like if they like sack this and play something that lets them crew the chariot, I could like maybe get into trouble. Center's tapped, right? Oh wow, I actually don't have... This is actually the first time this has happened today. I don't have a fourth block at the moment. That was obviously on board. I just can't afford to sit here and take a bunch of damage. We gotta do this. Chariot really getting to flex how strong it is here. Back next turn at least. Vanishing Verse. So do I Path of Peril into wedding announcement? Is the line now? Oh, you know what I can do? I can Meathook Path of Peril wedding announcement. I think with 2 more sweepers in my hand, this is the right line. Because this way I don't die to Wade a Crew Chariot plus removal spell. Yeah, the 4 life is a big deal here, I think. It's a big... Speaking of big deals, that's a great draw. We're getting close to just killing them from Meathook triggers and invokes. Love Axe, go. Pew 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 Pew. Abzan burn. Man, that was, whew. All right, I like to end on a high note. And like, honestly, that whole set, like, we even lost the first 2 matches we played in this set, but they were like still really good matches of Magic. Like, the amount of, yeah, just absolutely fantastic session, top to bottom. I don't know if this deck is cracked by any means. Like, we definitely, like, the 2 matches we lost and basically every match that we won had very small things that could have broken in either player's favor to change the result. And on top of that, all of the matches involved a lot of micro decisions and, like, you know, you're doing 2 or 3 things in a turn, or you need to think ahead and sequence correctly. Definitely a super satisfying deck to play from a play patterns perspective. I love that this card is playable in both Standard and Alchemy. Like, this effects like this often play out less powerful than they read on paper, and like this one just has not disappointed. It's such a sweet piece of top end, and we even the Jukai Visionary plus dig up sequences that we had, where you like loop this with Bala Ged Recovery or the Abandoned Mire, felt really good consistently. I will shout out that one change I made in this from the original deck list I took was that we added a plains to the deck list, and we searched for basic plains with dig up because we needed white mana on more than one occasion. So that you definitely do not want to cut any of the basic lands here. If I had thoughts on things that maybe I might consider doing differently, I was kind of hit or miss on this. It felt kind of okay in that last green matchup, but overall it felt a little bit medium. I'm not convinced that like Edgar's better than necessarily like Sorin, for example, if I want other formatted things that acquire card advantage, but the rest of the deck all felt pretty reasonable. All the different things we played felt good at the other spots. Another card to call out is I was a little bit medium on March of the Wretched Sorrow going into this set, and it definitely earned its 2 slots. The fact that this deck is looking to just like grind people into oblivion with a game that's going really long means that being able to gain a bunch of life on command is really good. That was on Edgar versus Emperor. I don't think Emperor is castable in this deck. We only have 1, 2, 9. We have 10 white sources, like 13 if you squint, maybe 15 if you really squint, but like white's definitely the splash. Yeah, I can see if you wanted to move up the curve. Like, Loath's a hard sell because we, like, already have 4 or 5 mana spells up here. And, like, if you think about it, this is kind of a white spell as well. So, I think you probably want this to be a 4 mana spell. So, I think if Emperor was castable, I would definitely play it. But it's just really not castable with the mana base. Yeah, and it could even be as small as, like, the first Edgar was fine in a lot of spots. So maybe you just like do that. Just like play 1. Like the second Sorin can be awkward sometimes. So maybe it's just as small as that. This is standard Seagull-y. So deck actually looks quite a bit different, and I'm actually not sure that this deck would be playable in Alchemy in the current iteration of Alchemy, because the decks that are really good in Alchemy kind of just like grind this out with 2-for-1s, right? Like Undercity or whatever the Undercity card is, and the Painful Bond and stuff. You probably just get ground out. Yeah, I think the new black card, and honestly, that's a good / sweet thing in my opinion. The fact that like Alchemy and Standard are divergent in key ways at this point means that we have more formats that generate more diverse play patterns on Magic Arena. Magic's great, but variety's the spice of life, and having lots of different formats that we can play on the not spreadsheet is fantastic.